Okay, good, good. Yes, make this happen. You will be very, very well looked after, my friend.
Good day to all and to whomever will be watching my activity. My name is Josh Axel Elbuniel from Grade 10 Amethyst. Today, I will be doing my activity in science for the week 1 output. This output will encompass about the electromagnetic waves, and I will be discussing about how it will benefit us against COVID-19. So just sit back, relax, maybe grab some drink while you're watching my video, and enjoy. Electromagnetic waves, EM for short. We have discussed this lesson in the past week, the properties and the spectrum and energy of the different waves. There are 7 electromagnetic waves, and these 7 are: first is radio, second is microwave, third infrared, it's visible light, ultraviolet ray, X-ray, and lastly gamma ray. Now, I'm about to discuss about the uses of the said waves in the struggle against COVID-19. Let's start with radio waves. Radio waves. Now, why do I think it help us benefit against the struggle in COVID-19? Radio waves are already used for communications and relying information. Radio stations and other radio-related studios, they use radio waves for communication and relying information. For example, status of a certain place where high cases are being recorded, current progress on the vaccine of COVID-19. Radio waves are extremely useful for information, especially for the masses. Microwaves. Do not be confused with the ones you use for cooking. Microwaves are often used in radars and other satellite companies. For example, in those antenna in your neighbor's rooftop, cable, sky. And have you ever wondered why is it pointed in a certain direction? I'll give you an explanation. Microwaves can penetrate the Earth's atmosphere. In the Earth's atmosphere, there are satellites roaming about. One of the uses of a microwave is in the form of radar. Not only does a radar uses radio waves, it also uses microwaves for transporting information or waves. There will be satellites there in our atmosphere waiting to absorb the wave and then transfer it in another antenna or in another radar. Now, why do I think microwaves are beneficial for our struggle against COVID-19? Any news about COVID-19 should be tracked 24/7. Any delays would be disastrous. Microwaves are there to help us. They can penetrate the Earth's atmosphere, travel much faster, and most importantly, information about COVID-19 will be fast and swift because of the uses of microwave. Infrared lights. Now, we cannot see infrared waves or lights, but rather we can feel it because infrared lights are made out of heat. This is actually a quite straightforward answer because there is actually a tool that the frontliners use that utilizes infrared. There is something we call, I think it's a thermometer gun or thermometer, etc. So basically, it detects or it calculates the heat or the warmth of a body. We usually see this in places like mercury drugs, SM. Why do I think it is useful against COVID-19? It is actually quite simple. It detects the body's temperature, and if you have a sign that your body's temperature is quite high, you might be a carrier of the same disease. There will be medical assistance in an instant. Let's face it, once you have sign of COVID-19, there is no way you will be getting ignored in ways of medical. Visible light. Without it, our world will be shrouded in darkness. In paper, visible light seems like a straightforward answer for many of us, but there are many ways that this little wave can benefit us. Example is that, well, like I said before, without visible light, we cannot see. But also, there are many devices that helps us illuminate certain dark places that are hard to reach. Flashlights, lamps, and other illuminating devices. Why do I think this is useful against COVID-19? For example, in nighttime, there are lamps, there are street lights that helps our frontliners see in the dark. So overall, it's just a straightforward answer for a straightforward wave. Ultraviolet rays. Now, let me give you an example first. You know those little glow sticks the police uses? One used for crime scene where they scan the glow stick in certain places to detect any patterns of drugs. The same application can be used for detecting viruses. For example, there's a building where one patient is infected, although the building has been sanitized 24/7. To detect any viruses, they will use ultraviolet rays to detect any patterns or spots of the virus. Ultraviolet rays are extremely powerful, so they can practically make out of any hidden patterns, well, hidden in certain places. For short, ultraviolet rays are used for detecting hidden germs or bacteria or other pathogens. X-rays. Now, what comes first in mind is that X-rays are used for scanning skeletons or fractures in bones. But in reality, X-rays can also make an image of our internal organs. How can X-rays help us against the struggle in COVID-19? First of all, remember what I said. It can detect or can make a picture of the internal organs. COVID-19 targets our internal organs. Like it is like a common flu that affects the lungs and the other respiratory system. Now we use X-ray to detect what part of our organ are heavily exposed or heavily damaged by COVID-19. Doctors can find a way to eradicate the virus by means of making a picture of the organ who is affected by COVID-19, making the job of our medical frontliners more easier and more smooth.
Adam wins.
Gamma rays. This is the highest form of electromagnetic waves. It carries the most highest energy and it is extremely radioactive. If this is radioactive, how could it benefit us against COVID-19? COVID-19 can trigger past ailments or ailments that has been cured. Now, let's say one of those ailments are cancer. Gamma rays are already used for killing cancer cells. So, gamma rays can kill cancer cells that has been triggered by COVID-19. Other benefit that can help us against COVID-19 is that gamma ray can kill COVID-19. Like I said before, it can kill cancer cells with the right amount of energy or atoms. Now, you would ask me, why would I want to use gamma rays? Why not ultraviolet rays or other rays? Like I said, gamma rays carries a high energy. Gamma rays are extremely radioactive and only be used in the right hands or medical professionals.
Let's see what we got here. Huh?
Real professional.
Now that I have discussed about electromagnetic waves and their uses against COVID-19, I hope that you learned something from the video I made. It may be a bit fast at some times, but editing may be a bit dull and hasty at some moment because I'm no editor, I'm just an amateur student. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed Like I said, I hope you enjoyed my activity, you learned something from today, you shared your thoughts and discussed something about your classmate about what I have explained here. Once again, my name is Josh Axel Albunyal from Grade 10 Amethyst, and I am signing off.
So now what?
Now we keep a low profile and get on with our lives.
Oh, that's perfect. Then we can get back to the kind of capitalism we practice.
Hypocrisy, Franklin. Civilization's greatest virtue.
Jesus, your therapist has a lot to answer for.
To be afraid, Franklin.
Yeah.
Be very afraid, Franklin.
Good, yes, excellent. I hear you've got quite the resume, and that's very important.
If you're a lover, you should know the lonely moments just get lonelier the longer you're in love than if you were alone. Memories turn into daydreams, become a taboo.
Lie down someplace quiet and think about happy thoughts and simpler times. You know, back when I only had to worry about feeling lonely because girls didn't like me, you know.
And eyes to eyes, is this taboo?
Solomon Richards, the movie producer.
Yeah, he's retiring, man, and I'm doing a finance deal for his studio. I will make the connects just as soon as you...
Come here a second.
Drazza! When are we gonna see you throw some shake? Best tunes in LS right now, mate. Oh, proper me.
I think of you from time to time, more than I thought I would. You were just too kind, and I was too young to know. That's all that really matters. I was a fool. Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasies become your legacy, promise me a place in the house of memories.
To be involved in capturing the bullion that we just lifted.
Yeah, we know each other, you alright?
We're talking about the island?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I've been over there, like 4 times now.
Mr. Crest.
Mr. Crest, the government owes you a big apology. Oh, and we're also going to expunge all those charges on your record.
Don't worry about the why, just worry about the how. First, got a couple things to take care of.
We blast open the doors, grab up all the cash, bonds, whatever it is. I take it to Haynes guy.
Saw a little hole for home.
Yeah, the blonde man loves to go large, no expense spared. The hottest girls, the biggest names, I'm his go-to, Dave the Rave.
Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now, shake it till you see it. And when your fantasy